Beauty of being a parent at times is that you pass along certain traits in your children. You see things with them, man. And I got a special guest who would like to say a few things because he probably hates the Patriots as much as I do. Come on in, man. Talk to the people.
I was at school today.
Okay, well, he was at school. And what do you got to say about the Patriots, man? Patriots are in the Super Bowl. How are you feeling about this?
Broncos, you gotta beat them next time.
Okay, well, if you've been following us, you know.
And Patriots, we hate you.
He's become a Broncos fan. I don't know why. So, but yeah. So that's his message. But
Hi, everybody.
there you go, man. That's Elijah giving us his takes on. What's up, and welcome back to Cover 2. I am your host, Earl Knows It All. And yes, as you can see, we're in the Bay, man. Bay Area, Yay area, whatever you want to call it. Super Week is finally here, man. We get an opportunity to have the culmination of the 2026 or 2025 season, I guess you could say. But we've bled into 2026, of course. And we want to first and foremost thank you guys for watching. Do yourself a favor, man. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel and turn your notifications on so you don't miss a thing. This is our 4th season doing this. Myself and my partner B Woo. We greatly appreciate you. We've had our most growth that we've seen in any of the seasons. Well over 4,000 subscribers now, man. So tell a friend, man. Make sure you tell a header. And as always, man, we encourage you to comment below as well. Make sure that you're interacting with us. We continue to build a community here of football fans. We kid. You're going to hear me kid today about one of these teams in the Super Bowl, man. But we all have our biases. We all have teams that we love. And this is the place where you can come in a healthy manner, get your hate off or get your love off for your team or whatever you want to do. So make sure you comment below, man. Again, my name is Earl Knows It All. If it's your first time joining us, I want to thank you for joining us, man. Where have you been, first and foremost? We've been through this entire season. I think we're at week 23 now, maybe, in the season, if I'm calculating right. Somewhere in there, maybe week 5, you count preseason and all that stuff too. Who knows, man? But we're down to the final game. It's kind of a bittersweet thing too, man. Because it's football game of the season. But, don't fret. We're going to continue to give you the best coverage on the NFL right here on this channel. Cover 2 with B. Woo and Earl Knows It All. We also have started this season a Bird Talk section of our channel where we talk specifically about the Atlanta Falcons. Now, if you watch that show, I've said previously on the show last year, actually, that I'm with all the teams of the Birds, whether that be the Eagles or the Falcons or the Seahawks or whoever it may be, man. So we do got a bird in this one, man. So maybe there was some prophetic vision from your boy saying Bird Talk, but specifically with our Bird Talk content, we talk about the Atlanta Falcons. And you can click over. Actually, we'll have a reaction video coming very soon as well. You can click right now on that after you watch this one, talking about the Atlanta Falcons finally kind of securing everything in their front office with the hiring of head coach Kevin Stefanski and bringing in Ian Cunningham as well from the Chicago Bears. But enough about that, man. We're going to talk about the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 60 is here. And yeah, man, this has been one of the weirdest seasons. It's kind of weird energy around it because we're so used to seeing Mahomes, Brady, or Manning. This is for most of my adult life. One of those 3 guys have been involved in this game in some shape, form, or fashion. I guess maybe you could throw Aaron Rodgers and Ben Roethlisberger in there as well, as kind of being in that mix in some shape, form, or fashion. Now, you get a usual suspect in the Patriots, but it's the new and improved Patriots, I guess. And you watched our last episode, I had our pal and friend of the show, Cedric, the Patriots fan, on the show, and he, of course, likes to deem himself Mr. 28-3. We don't acknowledge that name here on Cover 2, but we got an opportunity to kind of recap the AFC Championship game, talk about what we thought would happen in this particular game a little bit. And we're going to get into that a little bit today as well. Talk about some of the best storylines for the Super Bowl as well. Today, Media Day, I think, is going on also. So you guys will probably be checking that out on NFL Network, or Peacock may have it. I'm not sure who actually has it. Back in my day, this is the Great Beard podcast. You would have Media Day on, and everybody would come out from all walks of life. And now it's a whole Super Bowl, this night at the Super Bowl type thing that they do, where they're outside and kind of talking to people throughout the week now. So it's not just one day. But big storylines, man, best storylines in this game. You kind of got two of them, man. You got the Seahawks who kind of turn things around quickly, getting rid of Pete Carroll, Geno Smith leaving, Mike McDonald coming in, former Baltimore Ravens defensive coordinator. 2 years in, he's turned this program around, got them back to prominence, and a very tough NFC West, easily the toughest division in football. You had 3 teams in that division make the playoffs. All 3 of them coming down to the last final weeks of the season had an opportunity to be number 1 seed. Seattle was the team that prevailed. And, of course, you got this team adding Sam Darnold, man. Sam Darnold making it, this team may be a championship contender based on that. Doing what Geno Smith couldn't do, doing what Pete Carroll couldn't do. Very interesting storyline there, man. But before we do anything, my hate for the Patriots has been well documented, man. And far be it from me to waste an opportunity to kick the backs in of the Patriots, or have a chuckle at their expense, man. Patriots are already coming to this week with a little bit of disappointment. This is outside of the Super Bowl, of course. Last week, or maybe early, at the end of last week, past the time of our recording of our last episode, you started to hear some leaks about the Hall of Fame vote, and everyone was up in arms about Bill Belichick, arguably the greatest head coach in NFL history, not being named a first ballot Hall of Famer. And, he probably should have been, but like I said, man, I never miss an opportunity to kind of chuckle. I got a nice chuckle out of it. Let's just put it that way. Seeing the uproar and seeing how upset Patriots fans were, it made me happy. I'm not gonna lie. Looking at this, like I said, from an analytical standpoint, or as somebody who enjoys football, respects the history of football, Bill Belichick should have been the first ballot Hall of Fame. I will say that, but hey, man, sometimes things don't go your way, man. That just is what it is. I don't know if it was Bill Polian. The rumors are that maybe he kind of led a charge. He says he can't remember who he voted for. People are saying Bill Polian is being petty, and getting he kind of led the campaign, smear campaign, for lack of a better term, against Mr. Bill Belichick. But hey, it is what it is, man. I joke with some of my friends who are Patriot supporters or Patriot apologists, whatever you want to call them. That, hey, man, he never did it without Tom Brady. He didn't do much in Cleveland. Very great defensive coordinator. I will give him part of that. Brain trust along with Bill Parcells that put together that. Pepper Johnson and Carl Banks and Lawrence Taylor defense that they had in New York with the Giants back in the 80s and early 90s. So much respect for that. Won 2 Super Bowls with them, man. Also win 6 as a head coach with the Patriots. But there is some controversy that's mired in there a little bit, man. We can't discount that. There's Deflategate. There's some cheating scandals that are involved in this thing, man. As far as them. Spygate, I guess was the name of that. It's so many scandals, I forget the gates and the names that they are, but these things actually happen, man. And then after Tom Brady leaves, and I think the thing that really hurt this organization the most, and I'll add on because it came out today that Bob Kraft also was left off the ballot or left off of the Hall of Fame ticket. He won't be inducted into the Hall of Fame either, so he'll have to wait as one of the winningest owners since he's taken over that franchise and bought it. I think the thing that hurts the New England Patriots the most, which is so ironic because they're back in the Super Bowl now, but before all of this it was Tom Brady going to Tampa Bay and doing it himself, kind of building that team and winning it, man. that was the thing that kind of really said, "Oh, maybe it was Tom and not Bill." It made Bill Belichick look a little funny in the light, man. Let's just be real about that. So, um, you know, like I said, just being somebody who respects the history, knows the game, has watched it my entire life. I do think Bill Belichick should have been the first ballot Hall of Famer, but Patriots fans, what can we say, man? So, one thing scares me about this, though, as a Patriots fan, I don't know if it's bulletin board material or, if you believe in the football guys, however you want to frame this. Because initially, when I heard the Bill Belichick news, I was like, "Oh, this is great," because I think Seattle's going to run them off the field first and foremost, and we can laugh at Bill Belichick in the midst of that as well, man. And now we got Bob Kraft we can laugh at too, but it's kind of making me feel a little squirmish a little bit. I won't lie to that. New England has a little bit of bulletin board material. I guess Vrabel is obviously a Belichick guy, played under Belichick, won 3 Super Bowls with him. He's a part of that lineage. So that's something that makes me feel like, the football guys are doing something a little weird here, but we'll see. So that makes me feel, a little bit squeamish about this. I'm not gonna lie. But again, like I said, Patriots, I still think, and I'll give. Of course, we're going to put out a video a little bit later this week as we get closer to the Super Bowl about what my predictions are. But I just want to kind of go over the storylines. But I will say this made me a little nervous. Now, the beauty of being a parent at times is that you pass along certain traits in your children. You see things with them, man. And I got a special guest who like to say a few things because he probably hates the Patriots as much as I do. Come on in, man. Talk to the people.
I was at school today.
Okay, well, he was at school. And what do you got to say about the Patriots, man? Patriots are in the Super Bowl. How are you feeling about this?
Broncos, you gotta beat them next time.
Okay, well, if you've been following us,
And Patriots, we hate you.
He's become a Broncos fan. I don't know why. So, but yeah, so that's his message. But
Bye, everybody.
there you go, man. That's Elijah giving us his takes on. Now, like I said, I think there's an opportunity here for a very good week for you, boy. If everything plays out the way that it should, and Patriots lose this game the way I think they will, and I'll give you a score prediction a little bit later on in the week and kind of break down why I think things will go the way they will. But again, all of this disappointment with this Hall of Fame stuff and bulletin board materials make me feel a little squeamish. Now, one of the stories and one of the big storylines, like I said, as we talk about the Patriots' disappointment so far this week, has been rumors, I guess, or talk about an injury to Drake Maye in his shoulder. Drake Maye, of course, has had a pretty decent season, man. Some people think he's an MVP. I don't. I think Matthew Stafford should win MVP this year, but there's a lot of push to kind of make Drake Maye, the next Tom Brady. I guess they're kind of cosplaying him as that. There's only one Tom Brady. Tom Brady, as much as I hate the Patriots, it's a deep, deep hate for him, as you just saw myself and Elijah. I have to respectfully say that he is the GOAT. And, he's proven it. 7 Super Bowl wins. The guy is done amazing things on the football field. It's unfair to try to paint Drake Maye in that particular instance now. He's in the Super Bowl in his second season. Kudos to him. Great coaching job by Mike Vrabel. Greatly set up by having a schedule that, you got to play the teams in front of you, and they won the games, and they did what they had to do. But having to beat Jarrett Stidham to get to the Super Bowl is, that's pretty rich. And on top of that, playing C.J. Stroud and the way he was playing, and of course Justin Herbert, who is a perennial underachiever when it comes to putting up results in the win column and in the playoffs. My number one rule is don't trust the Chargers, probably because of their quarterback, Justin Herbert, coming up short a lot. So, Drake Maye, is he hurt? Is he not? Who knows, man? This is a Super Bowl, though, so there's no excuses. Like, you take that shoulder up, do whatever you got to do to get out there, man. And, it'll be an interesting story to kind of see how things play out in this game. Drake Maye is going against one of the top defenses in the league. And coupled with, because they saw some good defense so far in Houston, saw some good defenses, and even the Chargers saw a good defense in the Broncos, but they haven't really seen an offense that could put up points the way this Seattle offense can as well. So something to keep an eye on. So Drake may be forced. It may not be the game manager in this game. Like we've seen, like don't just blow, like hand the ball off to Ramondre Stevenson and don't blow this game. You know, Josh McDaniels taking the ball out of his hands altogether in the snow or blizzard or whatever and saying, hey, don't worry about it, kid. We're just going to hand this ball off. I don't know that they're going to be able to do that. So this is going to probably be a make or break moment for Drake Maye. You know, people I think are spoiled by Patrick Mahomes, spoiled by what Tom Brady did. I'm sure New England fans are spoiled by it. That's why the recollection of, oh, this guy's like Tom Brady. And I even said last week, I will admit, I said that this team reminds me a lot of that Patriots team that kind of got to the Super Bowl in 2001 or 2002, in that season, 2001 season. And, beating the Rams, the greatest show on turf. It does remind me a lot of that. Now, Tom Brady was definitely a game manager. They won those first couple Super Bowls on their defense. Now, the next ones, some of them, Tom Brady was Superman. He was not in that particular instance. He had a lot of luck with the, tuck rule and, matchups that they had, man. But, I also say that you can't expect everybody to be Tom Brady. So, for Drake Maye, if you're listening, Drake, maybe you're one of our 4,000 subscribers. If you're not, if somebody knows and loves Drake Maye, I just say you got to seize the moment in this particular instance, man, whether you're injured or not or whatever's going on with you. I'm sure Dan Marino thought he'd get back here. I'm sure, Burrows has thought he'd be back and he's suffered. I'm sure Josh Allen thought at some point he would be in the Super Bowl. It's extremely difficult to get there. And, the guys who have not made it yet, who are MVPs like Josh Allen, like Lamar Jackson, it's not guaranteed that you're going to get back. People assume that Patrick Mahomes will be back. Torn ACL, he's won 3 Super Bowls, been in 5 of them. Who knows if we'll ever see him in one? It was a big gap between Tom Brady and those first 3, and then, kind of shutting down the next 3 that he won in New England. So nothing is guaranteed to you. So you got to seize the moment. And again, I think he's going to have to put some points up in this game. You'll stay tuned, like I said, later on this week when we drop our breakdown on NFL matchup style show. We're on Cover 2 here, where we'll kind of get into the particulars of who I think, will win this game and why I think they'll win it. But you kind of see the way I'm leaning anyway. But make sure you stay tuned for that. But Drake Maye, keep an eye on the injury in the shoulder. Is he going to be able to do the things that you need him to do? He is he has a chance to be the youngest quarterback to win a Super Bowl, he's the youngest, starting quarterback in Super Bowl history, besting Ben Roethlisberger. So that's one of the timelines that we'll be looking at as far as what's going on with Drake Maye and his injury and just the potential to get one on the board, man, to win a Super Bowl. Very, very big potential. And a guy who probably knows that being a top pick, he was a 3rd overall pick as well. Sam Darnold could probably tell him a little something about this. Like, this doesn't come this easy always, my guy. So Sam Darnold, that's probably, if you're a Seattle fan and you have a Seattle slant towards this thing, this is, I think, when they're building the timelines up as we get closer and closer and having the storylines, you're going to see a lot of Sam Darnold talk. This Super Bowl needs a hero. It needs a guy to shine besides Bad Bunny and all of the outside noise with, what's going to go on with the halftime show. You need some star power. And, JX Smith is a very good receiver, a star in his own right, but the quarterback is usually the guy that we look at. And Sam Darnold, or as he's been affectionately dubbed, Ginger Cuz, has the opportunity to do that, man. A guy that was a 3rd pick, everyone remembers the whole I'm seeing ghost thing, all of that stuff, man. Back when he was with the Jets. Just goes to show you the Jets can really mess up your career, man. So, and that's the beauty of this thing too. I talk about when you look around the league, and I started talking about quarterbacks and the situations they find themselves in. And sometimes it's all about the situation you find yourself in. Drake Maye would even probably tell you that. Last year with Gerard Mayo, they were 4-13, and it did not look like this was going to be what it is right now. So, your situation can really determine how things are going to work out for you. And, you know, you can have all the talent in the world. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be able to get to this point and be a Super Bowl winning quarterback. So Sam Darnold is a testament to that. Won 14 games last season with the Vikings, and they essentially said, hey, thanks, but no thanks. We don't need you. Their GM has since been fired, maybe because of that. Who knows? Of course, amongst other goofy stories about paternity leave and stuff. But the Sam Darnold story is something we're definitely going to be watching closely, especially as a guy that's, I'm not going to lie, I'm rooting for the Seahawks. So, you know, what can I say? I'm rooting for him to have this redemption story arc come to a close with a Super Bowl MVP. I think it will be, like I said, just a perfect end to a great season for him, a guy that's been able to kind of come back from being left out in the cold, so to speak, or a guy who wasn't believed to be who he actually is, man. So it's fun story there, man. As far as what happens with Sam Darnold, you know, we're kind of touching on those two quarterbacks as well. Those are just kind of my initial thoughts about the Super Bowl, man. You guys do me a favor, comment below, tell me what you think. Are you a Patriots fan? Are you feeling confident right now? It's Tuesday. We got 4 more days, 5 more days, how many days left to the Super Bowl, Super Sunday, the big game, whatever you want to call it. What are your thoughts? What are your predictions? What do you think will happen? We'll of course, like I said, be dropping a video a little bit close to the end of the week. May drop it on Sunday morning, man, just to kind of give you some pregame analysis before you get your best dips and chips and whatever else you're going to have as far as your spread. But yeah, comment below, tell us what your thoughts are. You know, these are my initial thoughts, some of the best storylines that I'm looking for. As a guy who, like I said, has a deep, I don't even say this, like hate for the Patriots, man. I keep it real with you. I'm kind of happy to see all of the turmoil that's going on with the Hall of Fame stuff. And it will be capped off so beautifully with a loss in a big way. And I would love to see Sam Darnold, like I said, be triumphant and win, man. So we'll see what happens. You guys tell us what you think, man. Again, I want to thank you guys for watching as always. And like we say, man, make sure you tell a friend and tell a hater. Stay tuned. We definitely will have more content for you here on the NFL. And, past couple years, we've been leaving you after the Super Bowls are over with and kind of come back during the draft and all of that free agency. We're going to make sure you have some content still every single week to get on, whether it's evergreen content, talking about your favorite teams. We want some fans of the show, maybe to even be able to pop on, man. We want to create, like I said, a community where you're able to kind of come on, voice your opinion. If you're a Panthers fan, we're taking shots at you. If you're a Bucks fan, we're taking shots at you. If you're a Steelers fan, Jets fan, whoever you are, sometimes we take a few shots at you, but, we don't get a chance to cover every single team throughout the season because, while we talk about the Arizona Cardinals when, they are who they are. Shout out to Nenny Green. But, yeah, so make sure you stay tuned for that, man. And get excited, man. It's melancholy, but not yet, though, because the season's not over. So, we can build that crescendo right now. It's building to the end of the season, and it's gonna be a fun game. I think hopefully things will go my way, and we get a Seahawks win. But we'll see what happens, man. You guys, again, thank you for watching. Like I said, man, make sure you do yourself a favor. Tell a friend, tell a hater, man. May the source be with you. We will see you next time right here on Cover 2.